Hi guys, Dave Wilson here again. Now, I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. I've been making jewellery for about 15 years now, and this is my ring file, and I've got quite a few of these. But the thing that might surprise you is I only bought these files a couple of weeks ago. You see, by the nature of what I do, I make a lot of fine, intricate things like Celtic designs and chainmail. So I've never really had the need for a large file. I've never really needed one. So that's why, for 15 years, I've never had one. So you're probably wondering, if I've been making jewellery for 15 years, what on earth have I been using? Well, I'll tell you. Diamond files. I absolutely love them, and for me they are the perfect solution. So give me a couple of minutes and let me tell you about diamond files. Follow me. So here I have a selection of diamond files from Eternal Tools, and the unusual thing about these is the size. These are a lot bigger than the usual little diamond files that you might have seen before. These are very large variety and are 180mm long, and they are on a 5mm diameter shaft, and the file section is 70mm long. The selection I have here is round, square, triangle and half round. The red handles are 600 grit, so quite fine. Eternal Tools also supply a flat 600 grit and a half round 600 grit, but also this half round is available in a coarser 220 grit, which I've got here in the yellow handle. They also supply a medium size range and a small size range, so they really do have a very comprehensive selection. So, what is a diamond file? Well, you know that traditional files have teeth, rather like a saw blade. The smaller the teeth, the finer the cut of the file. But all these teeth are lined up in the same direction. So this means that with a traditional file, it will only cut in one direction, again like a saw. So even when you have a round or half round file, they still only cut in a forward direction. They don't work sideways or in a circular motion, for example. In contrast, the diamond files don't actually have teeth as such. They're made by bonding a layer of diamond particles to a flat steel shape. The smaller the particles, the finer the grade of the file. This is why diamond files are referred to in grits, where they're like sandpaper. The higher the number, the smaller the grit and the finer the finish. So as we've got here, the 600 grit with the red handles are finer than the 220 grit in the yellow handles. Because they use grit instead of teeth, this gives the diamond files a unique property, and that they will work in any direction. And this can be a real advantage of using diamond files. When you're working in small intricate areas, the diamond file will work on the pull stroke just as effectively as it does on the push stroke. So this may make it slightly easier in confined spaces. It also means in theory that it will cut twice as fast as a toothed file of the same grit, because it's cutting on the pull as well as on the push stroke. Another huge advantage is the fact that they also work sideways, and with the twisting motion you can use the fine tiny points to get into tiny areas, and as long as you can move the file in any direction, it will cut and it will file for you. This is particularly useful with the round file, as it can be rotated inside a hole or inside a ring, and it will cut in 360 degrees, so it's great for the inside of ring shanks and also for deburring. I also use this round one for removing excessive solder inside a ring band, because the finish is finer than I get with my traditional ring file. The half round is similar, but because this is a rougher 220 grit, it's a great companion to the 600 round file, great for inside of rings and bandles, and it also has a nice wide flat profile too, so that can be used on the outside of rings without changing files, so it's almost like having two files in one. If you buy nothing else, I would definitely recommend this 220 half round one. It's brilliant. The triangle again gives you a flat surface, but also gives you the sharp corners. So these are great for inside tight handles, such as the inside of corners or boxes, small pierced items, and cleaning up tight little solder joints. The 60-degree handles really helps to get close into those tight areas. Finally, my favourite of all is the square shape. The thing I love about this is the 90-degree corners. If you solder a post onto the back of an earring, for example, the square section will help you get right into that solder joint and clean up both the horizontal and vertical surfaces. It also has a very nice sharp point, so again, great for getting into tight little spaces on pierced items. It's a matter of personal taste, I guess, but I do love the little square one. Of course, these diamond files will never replace the larger tooth files, they're an addition to them. When you want to remove a lot of material, then obviously you still need to use your large tooth files. But when you need to work on a fine, intricate item or in a tight spot, and you need to do it gently and get a nice finish, then these are definitely worth their weight in gold. I love them, and I think they're essential for any jeweller's bench. I've never seen this size of file anywhere else, and the uniformity of the grit is superb. As I mentioned, Eternal Tools offer these in a wide range of sizes and grits. The 600 in particular is very nice, almost like a pre-polished sandpaper. They're only a few pounds each, so in my opinion, they're probably the best bargain you're ever going to buy. Grab yourself a selection of shapes like this and you'll wonder how you ever manage without them. I've been Dave Wilson, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.